Championship Thursday. It's a big night of sub-district hoops around the area. Some great basketball being played all across the state, and you can make a case that the best matchup is in Amherst. The sub-district C29 final features a pair of teams with 47 combined wins and just 2 losses on the year. The Broncos trying to defend the barn. Doniphan-Trumbull posing problems in the first, though. Jack Poppy to Parker Volk is good for the finger roll. That's the Cardinals' future right there, freshman to freshman connection. Amherst responds, though. Carter Riesland in the post kicks it to Nolan Elo. His three's nothing but net on its way down. Broncos lead 13-9. Reigning girls 140-pound girls wrestling champ Reagan Galloway's pumped. More threes are flying. Austin Adelung hits every part of the rim before deciding to play it friendly. The Broncos defend home court and are your sub-district C29 champs, 75-62.